This episode is sponsored by Squarespace. More information after the episode.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
Guys, so Wolfenstein. We've made 2 videos in a row now. This is feeling more and more like Fallout 76 now.
It is.
It's like, this is our bread and butter.
EA games. Is this enough money? I will last it 2 fucking days. Take it.
For the last 2 or 3 weeks, this is, I'm expecting for the next 4 weeks. This is how we make our money, okay? So, any crappy story that comes out about Wolfenstein, you better check in, man, because we're going to be covering that shit.
So obviously it's been a rough couple of days for Wolfenstein Youngblood. It's been basically 2 days since it's been released, and 2 days? About 2 days, 3 days maybe.
Yeah.
Feels like longer. Maybe it's been longer.
I mean, what else? What else lines up with 2 at the moment? 2 days, Wolfenstein. Oh, that's right. The Metacritic score. Let's look at this. 2.5. Steam 45%
and that's
at the moment.
Both of those have been going backwards, by the way. It's not like the people are picking it up. Like, the critics are wrong, guys. Yeah. It's actually much better. That score has been... I've been tracking the Steam user score going from 51% every day, dropping 1 percentage point. Now it's like, 46. And the Steam user score... the Metacritic user score, I think it was actually at about 3 when I first started looking at it. Now it's 2.6.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it's going to continue down to about 1.
So with all of these issues, you'd think that Bethesda and Machine Games would be like hammer and tongs, trying to fix all the issues, just working as hard as they can to improve this game, and just try and get that score up.
And
that's what the fans deserve.
And they've been working hard, everybody. They've been working hard to make sure this game is fantastic, okay? They've been fixing shit left, right, and center. What have they been fixing? We'll tell you after the drop.
It's about the microtransactions.
Is this enough money?
So obviously this game is a huge clusterfuck. We all know that. We did a review on it yesterday. I did one on Chill Up as well. Any critic that didn't get an early copy of the game, funnily enough, is being like, hey, this game sucks. Any critic that did get an early copy of the game, different view.
It's strange,
It
isn't
is
it?
so strange.
I mean, they must
so
have played
strange.
content that no one else got to play.
Correct.
That's the only thing I can think of. So, Ralph, if you were working at Bethesda, all right, or Machine Games, all right?
Machine Games,
Yeah. So, what would you fix first in this game?
Well, obviously, my number 1 priority would be making the game fun. I think I'd like to, actually make it... No, Sam. I'm pretty sure you've played this game just as much as I have. We can agree on one thing. This game is not fun.
Okay, so one thing I think they definitely don't need to fix is they don't need a pause in the game. Okay, don't just keep that out. That's great. I love that there's no pause. I love that
It's a great feature.
That there's no checkpoints.
Yes.
You don't need checkpoints in it. It doesn't matter if it's a 20-minute mission.
They're so outdated.
It's dumb. Just if you die, just start all over again. I love that.
Also, having new ammo when you die and sort of respawn. That's just a brilliant mechanic. I hope they never change that. I love wiping on a boss and then starting the same boss encounter without any ammo.
One thing
beautiful.
I think they need to implement is actually a nightmare mode, right?
Yes.
And hear me out. If you play the game, it has constant dialogue of just them making cringy jokes to each other for the whole 10 hours of the game.
Yep.
That is nightmare mode. And the thing is, you don't need to even shoot your gun. You just need to sit there for 10 hours and listen to it and see if you can finish the game.
Spoiler alert, you're already playing nightmare mode. That's already what that fucking game is, okay?
That is already nightmare mode.
Fuck yeah, Jess, you're slaying it. Whoa, that was so fucking cool, so...
Destroy it.
But let's be real for a second. This game is an absolute mess, right? And it just yesterday, Bethesda and Machine Games released their first patch for the game. And surprise, surprise, the very first thing they do, and actually pretty much the only thing this patch does, is patch an exploit that Cheat Engine was using so that you could get access to infinite in-game coins, okay? So Cheat Engine, if you don't know, it's just a free open source sort of like, program that you download. You can download various plugins for it. It allows you to basically cheat in games. It essentially applies mods to games so that you can gain access to different things. If you want infinite lives in a game, cool. If you want to be invulnerable, fine. If you want spawn tanks all the time, go for it. That's what Cheat Engine exactly does. And in the case of Wolfenstein, someone had developed a cheat that allowed you in-game currency infinite amounts. It wasn't the premium currency, mind you. It wasn't what you bought with real money, those gold bars or whatever. It was the silver coins, which were entirely free. The patch that they put out from Bethesda and Machine Games yesterday did almost nothing except like stability fixes.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, that didn't really happen. It's still unstable for a lot of people. But they did plug this thing where the cheat engine no longer works now and you cannot get infinite currency.
And I'm very surprised. I mean, I really thought, knowing Bethesda's track record, that they were going to, of course, focus on making the game good. Not patch up a monetization loophole that people didn't have to grind this shitty game and have to continue to play this hellish piece of crap. I don't know.
It really is.
Fuck yeah!
You see, dude?
And I think a lot of people would naturally say, well, what's the big deal with this, right? It's an exploit they found in a game. Developers have a right to patch exploits. So what's the big deal? For example, you know, in Destiny, for example, or Warframe, let's say Warframe, someone found a way to get free in-game currencies and circumvent the economy in Warframe. What's the problem with that, right? Context matters in these sorts of discussions. Warframe is a free-to-play game that requires monetization to be able to keep itself running in the long term. If people found a way to circumvent that, that company is going to go out of business. Okay, it's a free-to-play game. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Same with Apex. Let's even talk EA games, right? Apex Legends, free-to-play game, right? That's the thing. Even I will defend EA in that point and say
it's a new life.
If you start hacking Apex Legends to get free shit, that's not okay because it's a free-to-play game. That's how they monetize their game to make sure updates are possible in the future. Wolfenstein Youngblood is a $30 game. We've already paid for it. It goes for 10 hours and that's it. It's done. Why do these guys need a long tail monetization stream through like skins and all this bullshit? Why is that needed?
Know this. This creature is the bringer of death. He will never eat. He will never sleep. He will never stop.
And I just look at the moment like it's tanking so hard. No one's loving this game. All the headlines are bad. You know, for them to even go out in the first place and know it's a dirty word in terms of microtransactions in a single player game with the current state of what the brand is for Bethesda. Then to go out again and like try and patch this up where it's going to be affecting such a small pool of people.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Such
not
a
even
tiny
it's
number of
such
people
a
would be doing this.
minuscule amount of people that know how to hack the system and make this even work for them.
Yeah.
It's just, of course, creating more bad will, and of course, like YouTubers will pick this up because it's like we want to show you guys more what they're focusing on instead of like
making a fun game.
Yeah, making things that are so so simple, like put a goddamn checkpoint in. Or can I pause the game?
Please let me pause this fucking game.
Oh my god! But like this is so that's the main reason here. Like it'd be different if it was. You're right. Like a multiplayer experience where it was affecting other people. Apart from the monetization, how they monetize their products, it's also a case of does this affect players that you are playing with? No, it does not. It's a single player game for God's sakes. If you want to do this and get more silver. It's
Who
not,
cares? Doesn't
it's
hurt
not
anyone.
affecting the community in any way, shape, or form.
And this is really part of a larger attack on mods, on single player games that I just think is it's such a shitty trend, you know? Like, obviously, Bethesda have for a long time now been sort of, you know, tinkering with the creation sort of club or whatever it is where they want to just make paid mods. It's very clear that they were going that direction years ago. That first attempt failed and they had to basically like bring the program down. They brought it back up now and they're kind of rolling it out throughout their games. Absolutely Starfield will have this. Absolutely Elder Scrolls 6 will be all about the paid mod scene. I'm sure they'll have some free mods as well, but I'm sure they'll lock that ecosystem down so you can only do certain things, and if they offer it in a paid mod, they won't let you do it in a free mod, etc.
Yeah.
Like, there used to be a time when we bought a single player game and you got the cheats for free. They would give them to you, right? Or if you wanted to hack your game with mods, you could do that because you paid for that product. It was yours. Go for your life. Do whatever you like.
Yeah.
But now it's like in this shitty era of 2019, once you buy your single player game and you'd like to enter some cheat codes to have more fun with it, no. You have to pay the developer more money to have more fun with your product.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, this whole, here's the product, it's a sandbox, you can have all sorts of fun and have creative freedom over it now is like slowly diminishing. In terms of, yes, the cheat codes, but also just that, yeah, you're right, like the modding ecosystem in general, I think is under attack. I do not think in 5 years that we will see any games that will not monetize and lock that shit down.
Yeah. I mean,
I think the future, look, I mean, I know we're going to find hackers and stuff that are always going to try and find a way around it, but like for the average consumer that doesn't know all the, you know, ins and outs of constantly hacking the new thing that they've put up, it's going to get to a stage where it's just going to be a forgotten part of gaming.
Yeah.
I think, you know.
That's true. I do agree with
Yeah.
that, actually. I mean, look, even with Bethesda, they've got form with this. Recently with Rage 2, they had cheats that were monetized in the sense that you only got them with the deluxe edition, or you had to grind to unlock the cheats. So that was already like a form of monetization for those. Assassin's Creed Odyssey recently added a story mode that allowed you to create quests. And people were basically just creating quests that just awarded tons of experience so that they could basically create characters really quickly with high levels of experience. Ubisoft shut that shit down because they sell an XP booster, and that obviously, you know, it clashed with that objective of them selling you boosters to get more experience. So all of these things within our single player games now are absolutely under attack because companies would rather like charge us for this shit rather than, you know, just let us have fun.
Yeah, Raph, I agree with you, and I am damn outraged, everybody! I am damn outraged. I missed my hands the first time, but I am damn outraged, okay? But we are hopefully maybe going to get some more Bethesda news as the days go on. We'll have to see that. We'll have to see. But
I'll keep you updated on the latest with Wolfenstein.
yeah, so look, I mean, as we said before, I think it's worth $7 this game. Ralph thinks it's worth negative 1,000. Do not buy this game unless it's on an extreme sale, okay? Which it will be on sale. Okay? But until then, next time, guys, love you, appreciate you. Laymen out. Speaking about being outraged, I'm going to go and create a website about this, Ralph.
You're going to create a website about microtransactions.
Yes.
Which site will you use to create said website, Sam?
Well, I think the only one I can use is Squarespace.
Why is that, Sam?
Because I don't want to be a square.
Wow, okay.
I want to use Squarespace.
I'll take it from here. Ladies and gentlemen, Squarespace is a web platform that allows you to create custom websites. It's extremely easy to do so. It has lots of easy drag and drop tools. You can figure out how to use it in just minutes. Check it out right now with the link below. You get 10% off your first purchase. Thank you very much to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode, helping the layman out. We love you.
Yep.
Guys, give them a click. Take care, everyone. See you next time.